What's up, guys? Welcome to work, and this is Rooted. And our one and only goal today is to get your legs this hot. That's what we're trying to do today. So for your warm-up, you're gonna need two things: dumbbells and mini bands. We're gonna go ahead and put that mini band on. I got 3 moves for you. You're gonna do 10 reps of each. After you've done 10 reps of each, then you're gonna do 12 reps of each. After that, 14, and then 16. You're gonna keep adding on for 6 minutes and see how high you can get. First move is a dumbbell suitcase squat. So mini bands on above your knees. You're gonna drop down with those dumbbells in your hands, stand back up, squeeze your glutes. Once you finish that, drop down onto the ground. We go bridge lifts for 10. After you hit that 10th one, you pulse into the band for 10. Once you're done with all 3, stand back up and do 12 of each. Let's get started in 6, in 5. Get that mini band on quick because we go 4. In 3, 2, and 1. We're going right now, team. So you get 6 minutes on the clock. Our goal is to get to at least 14 reps of all 3 of these moves. Your suitcase squat probably gonna take you somewhere between 30 and 40 seconds, but that bridge and bridge pulse should be rather quick, especially the pulse piece. So you might be able to even get into that 16 reps, maybe not of all 3 moves, but maybe of the first 1. Your goal here is just to continuously move. Nothing is super heavy, not using your heaviest resistance or heaviest weights right now, just starting to ease into the warm-up. That's why both of them are using a blue band instead of a black, which they will be using later on in the workout. Is that right, team? Yes. Yes. Alright, so we're only 1 minute into this bad boy, and they're already done with a full round. They're just knocking out 10s. Now it's time to get into 12 of each one of these exercises. You can see the tempo they're moving at, slightly faster than your average squat. That's good. We want to be getting that quicker tempo in with our work. Once they finish those, they hit the bridge lift. Now make sure your heels are right underneath your knees. We have a tendency to walk our feet out a little bit further away from our butt because it's easier. We don't do it because it's easier. Our body just naturally finds that path of least resistance. So walk your heels back in underneath your bum bum, and then when it's ready for those pulses, get your butt all the way up and take your knees out and in. When your knees come in together, make sure that they're not coming in closer than hip width distance. As wide as you can stretch it, only hip width to bring it back together. Uh-oh. Now as you're dropping into that squat, your chest is naturally gonna come down closer to the tops of your thighs. That's okay, we normally will get that hinge a little bit in with our squats. But one thing we wanna be really cognizant of is not letting our shoulders round forward. Especially with the dumbbells down by your sides, you don't wanna do this, rounding and getting this kind of arch into your spine. Really think about pulling your ribs in tight, keeping your core really strong, even as you are dropping your chest down. As you're bringing your hips up towards the sky, really focus on squeezing your butt cheeks, driving in through your heels. Now when your hips are elevated, don't let your butt drop. It's natural for your feet to go out wider, your hips drop down. You gotta fight that urge and keep your hips all the way lifted up the entire time. We are just over that 3-minute mark, so we are more than halfway through this first bit of your warm-up. Now that you've been moving for about 3 minutes, maybe we start to add in a little bit heavier resistance. Maybe you have a second set of dumbbells nearby that you can grab. Maybe you have a different mini band you can add in. Maybe you just start to move at a slightly quicker tempo. So when you're going into your bridge lift, make sure you're keeping your feet wider than your hips. We want to really maintain that stretch through our glutes the entire time. You should by now be starting to feel this on the outer edges of your hips as well as into the meatier part of your glute max, because both of these moves are targeting both the center part of your glute and the outer parts of your hips. So that's where I want you to be feeling that burn. We got about 90 seconds left. Some of you, what are you guys on, 18? Going to be on 18. So as they stand up, that's their goal, to try to get through that 18th round. Now the first round they busted through in a minute, but that's because it was 10 reps. So this last round, taking a little bit longer, obviously because we have more reps, but also we're starting to feel that cumulative fatigue. But in this last little bit of time, let's see how much work we can get in, because that mini band is coming off once we finish this first 6 minutes of work before we break into our second. Cassie's got 45 seconds to get 18 bridge lifts and 18 bridge pulses. What number are you on? Get through that round. If you are on 16 of that bridge, get the 16 pulses. And then when you're finished, you can grab those dumbbells and go into your last set of squats if you want, or you just hold that squat position until I tell you what to do next, because that is where we are all going to meet as they break down these next 3 moves. We got 15 seconds, and then everyone is taking their mini band off and holding a squat. If you're already done, ditch that band, get into that squat hold, because you're meeting me there anyway in 8, in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your mini bands off. It's time to get into our second set of work. Now you're holding a squat while I break down these next 3 moves for you. The rep count's gonna be the same. We go 10 of each move, 12 of each move, 14 of each move, and the time is the same, 6 minutes, trying to get as many reps as possible. So the first exercise is a dumbbell reverse lunge. You hold the weights down by your side, step back with your right leg, that's 1, step back with your left leg, that's 2. So it's 10 total, only 5 on each leg. Once you've finished your lunges, set your dumbbells down. Now it's time to go track starters, getting all the way up. This one is gonna be 10 on each side. Your very last move to warm up our hamstrings, we go dumbbell swing. So I hinge forward, bring the dumbbell into my other hand, and then send it right back in between, hitting that swing. 10 total, so only 5 in each arm. But remember, you add on 2 every time you complete a round. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Squat hold over. Time for reverse lunges. So now going into this next block of work, still 6 minutes, but you are warm at this point. So let's get out of that warm up mentality. Let's start to bring in that workout mode right now. So we maybe are moving a little quicker, again, grabbing heavier weights as they are available to us, kind of treating this as the first little bit of our workout instead of our warm up. When you go into your track starter, getting your entire foot off of the ground, coming up high. This one is going to be 10 on each leg. So it's 20 total technically, but they're gonna go live super, super quick. Notice how both of them are getting their fingertips all the way down to the ground. That's how they get that big bend into their front knee. You want to find that big bend, otherwise you're not getting deep enough into your lunge. Shift your hips forward as you bring the dumbbell up in line with your shoulder, using that power from your glutes. All right, so right now Anthony's wrapping up his first round. This is taking a little bit more time because technically there's 4 moves, right? That track starter is right and left leg, so you have to do that extra work here. So in this one, let's definitely try to get 10, 12, and 14 reps of all of those moves. Maybe some of us start to break into that 16 threshold. Now, much later on in your workout, you're going to be doing something called a lunge heel click. It's different than a track starter in that your front foot doesn't come all the way off the ground in that plyo lunge. but it's similar in a track starter in the power that it holds. You're able to move quicker on that track lunge, which is why we like to put it in through the workout. But I want you to remember the feeling that you got in this track starter so that you can bring it later on in the workout. As you're going into your lunge, making sure your chest is staying lifted so your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips. It's not until you get to the track starter that you're going to drop your chest down towards the top of your thigh, but still making sure you're finding that big bend into your front leg. A lot of people do this action. They touch the ground, but this is a hip hinge. My leg isn't really that bent. I want to see you down here. That gets its name, track starter, because you are like a sprinter in those starting blocks, right? You would never see a sprinter way up here looking back at their feet. They want to be able to have their eyes forward so they can go right into that sprint. So same for you. You got to drop your butt down so you could look forward instead of at the ground. We're at the 3-minute mark. Anthony's getting into 14 reps. Cassie's finishing up 12. There we go, starting to bring some real height into those jumps. Very nice. So as you're going into your swing, really push your hips forward. You should not be feeling this in through your shoulders. If you are feeling it in your shoulders, that means you're using your shoulders to do the lift. You almost want to create like a pendulum swing with your body so that it's your booty, it's your legs and your hamstrings that are doing the work to lift that dumbbell up, not the front part of your shoulders. Save that for tomorrow when we dive into our force workout. So adding on 2 reps every single time you complete a round with 90 seconds to go, arguably enough time to get in 1 more full round. Anthony's finishing up 14 right now. He's going to be diving into 16. His challenge is to get through all 3 of those moves in the 90 seconds that's left. Cassie's going into her track starters on her 14. She's going to get those plus the swings plus 16 of her lunges. So if you're staying with one of them, if you look up and you're like, oh, I'm on track starters too, cool, then you have a goal to get through 16 lunges as well. Show me those real big track starters, power off your front foot, drive your knee up as high as you can, and then get into that dumbbell swing as soon as you finish. Nothing should be so heavy or so hard here that you need to take breaks in between exercises. We want to think of this more of an endurance style template. So we're just moving at a quick speed through each move, finding that continuous pace. You are just now starting the right leg track starters. Go ahead and give me jump lunges until you are finished. Because right now we got 20 seconds to go, 2-0. And I want to make sure you get the same number of reps on each leg. If you just finished the right, haul butt and get that left leg in. Anthony's finishing up. Remember, you can always hold that squat position until the very end, but we got to keep on working together because we only got 8. We got 7. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the end. 6 minutes on the nose. Go ahead and grab some water and towel off because we're coming back in strong with your workout in just a second.